Hello and welcome to the Fender Undiscovered Artist of the Year 2018. I'm Vic Hope and I'm here in Shoreditch in East London for the first of our 3 heats. Now 12 contestants will be hoping to impress not just our industry panel but also you, the viewer, because this year you will get to decide who is the winner of each of our heats. Now those winners will then go through to the final where our panel will crown the Undiscovered Artist of the Year. The winner this year gets a once-in-a-lifetime trip to California, where you'll meet the Fender team, as well as experiencing all that the Los Angeles music scene has to offer. Now this year, Fender are looking for an artist who can play something different, someone with a fresh and unique approach to their craft. So, let's meet our panel. Hello, panel.
Hello.
Hello. That was Eunice, that was really nice. That was lovely. Max, should we come to you first?
You can do, yes.
I mean, this is Max Taylor, of course, guitarist of You Me at 6. You've been all over the world, performed with so many incredible artists. What is it that you think makes an artist stand out?
Somebody that looks comfortable and in their element on stage, you know. I think that's something, from playing music for a long time now, is something I notice when I watch artists live, so I'll be keeping my eyes out for that today.
Yeah, and Georgie Rogers, as a DJ, a radio presenter, as a music journalist, what is it that you're looking for?
Well, last year was definitely all about originality, but I think with the competition being open to a second person and a second instrument, I think that's going to be even more at the forefront this year. So I'm really looking forward to seeing people that are doing something different and playing around with that format. I just want to be wowed again, you know. I want that moment where I'm like, oh yeah, the gut feeling, you know.
Talking about instruments and doing something different, Neil, which are A&R for Fender Europe, you know how these instruments can actually play into the way that these artists show themselves and what they're capable of. What are you looking for?
Somebody, you know, that is inspired and connects with the instrument, you know, and that really, you can see that coming through in their performance because you're just totally absorbed in the moment, so yeah.
Roisin O'Connor, music journalist for The Independent. You are no stranger to fresh talent. So what do you think is going to be those little sprinkles of originality that you're looking for?
Well, obviously it's a really crowded field. You've got more new artists coming through every single year, more new tracks. I'm looking for someone that, like you said, is exciting and not necessarily fully formed as an artist, but someone who has massive potential.
Yeah, well, we'll see who's got massive potential because it's time to meet our first artist.
Hey, my name's Benjamin Haycock and I'm here today with Fender Undiscovered. So I've probably been doing music since I was about maybe 10 or 11. I used to actually rap. I started rapping back in the day. I grew up in like inner city Birmingham, so I listened to a load of grime, a load of underground rap. But at the moment, I'm very much a singer-songwriter with percussive kind of hip-hop in there. There's folk lyrics, there's folk vocals, so it's an eclectic mix. But yeah, it's quite an interesting mix. So I think in terms of my music, it's very important to play something different. I think the way I've grew up with my influences, folk, soul, jazz, hip-hop and everything, and I try and incorporate all of that. I feel excited more than nervous, I would say. I feel like if I just portray myself the best of my ability and I can just, you know, express myself on stage, then I'm happy either way, to be honest.
Okay, this is it. It's time for Benjamin Haycock.
Affection, never destined to perpetually test us. Now we're sparring with our best artillery and armor where the neck is the complexion of our memories with narcissistic tendencies. I'm after man I was, now catharsis caught up eventually. I'm gasping. Liberties arose, I'm far from being heartless, but inflections of the darkness in it go pester me regardless. I'm losing serotonin, these neurotransmitters slowing as I'm looping in the slow and then he's losing this encroaching desire to keep unfolding just prior to leaving home, then I'm off. Oh, for my own way, stand united, though fire guide me. On my own, lost at sea, fire guides me.
So good. Benjamin, do you want to come down? What did our panel think? Georgie?
I really loved it. I think it was giving me a lot of early Ben Howard, Damien Rice. I think your vocals complement each other so well, so it was really nice to have Brooke, yours, kind of coming through in the background. It's kind of like two songs in one. For me, it's just a personal preference. When your vocal came in, I was like, there's the magic for me. What feels more natural to you, the rapping or the...
I would say both. I think on that one, I really like the powerful edge of the way it builds up via the rapping. I would say that song, I wouldn't really call it rapping, I would call it more spoken word. Yeah. It's more poetry and then going into the essence of the singing.
Yeah.
Did you connect with it, Max?
Yeah, I did connect to it. I felt like, as you were saying, it was very natural and really enjoyed it. One of the things I actually wanted to ask you is, you're playing guitar and then you switch to the other way around. Is that to get ready for like the percussion side of it?
Well, I used to play it with my thumb.
Okay.
But I found it was a natural essence. When I had the first percussive strum, it flowed a lot better just going into it via that.
I really enjoyed it, I love like we've all said, the way you two blended vocally as well, coming out of the rap and then just like the harmonies kicking in.
You're incredibly, incredibly talented. Both of you so talented. But right now, it's time to check out another talent. Let's see who's next.
I'm Amy, I'm a singer-songwriter. I play a few different instruments and play around with some technology. So I'm really interested in kind of just experimenting with sound and my voice. I think the play something different theme applies to me because I'm really interested in experimenting and trying new sounds. The guitar is really light and really comfortable to play, and that's really important to me when I'm creating and performing. So that's going to help me to hopefully give my best today. Bearing that in mind, I'd like to add a few different effects on the guitar and just play around a bit.
So here we go. This is Amy Fitz-Doyley. We're all about playing something different, and that was an incredibly unique performance. Neil, for someone who is obviously looking at the equipment and the way that she's using it, that must have been really special for you.
Definitely. I mean, the use of technology, with the guitar, traditional instrument, was, captivating was the word. It was hypnotic. It was a really unusual harmony with your melody. I'd love to know about where those influences are. When you started, I was like, had all these Eastern influences and things like that. Yeah. And tell me a bit more about that.
So the effect is called Gregorian, and it's kind of like a chant. And in the past, I've been very focused on kind of taking the vocal all over the place, but wondering how I can enhance that. And so I thought this Gregorian chant is really different and maybe quite unique in some ways to the voice that I have and how I use it. So I thought this could kind of draw an audience in a little bit more.
What did you think, Regine?
I loved it. I mean, I said when we started this, like, you don't necessarily need an artist that's fully formed, but you've found your sound, and it's just exquisite. I love like the Gregorian thing, like the conflict you create with like the harmony and the melody, and like the way you layer your vocals is amazing. There's kind of like a sort of like Arabic style, the way you do the inflection on your vocals, which is fantastic. I wrote down kind of like I was thinking like Anoni and Bjork and Solange, like the way they use their vocals. Yeah.
That's my tribe.
That's amazing. And just the way it's like such a sprawling track, but you maintain the tension like the whole way through. That was brilliant.
Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone.
Oh, thank you. But right now, it's time to move on to our next contestant.
My name's Tom Hyatt. I'm a singer-songwriter, originally from Lancashire in the Pennines. Play something different to me means attempting to push the musical envelope a little bit with the guitar and through some effects, but not losing sight of the fact that a song's got to be good. The song that I'm going to play uses a delay pedal, and playing a new guitar from Fender gives a good balanced sound for the stuff I play. Particularly it's got good electronics in it, which for what I'm doing sort of with the effects and stuff is important.
Okay, taking it to the stage right now, it's Tom Hyatt.
Have you ever felt the sinking as you're thinking, is this my true calling? And tumbling, fumbling, crumbling down, no one around. Oh, that's when you're free falling, free falling. I gone 3 months now since I cut my bounds, and I faced my disaster and skirting the shores of sadness and madness in a song. Oh, I find the answer. You're such a pretty girl now. I know you make it better. You make it better now. When it's two, me and you. Ooh, we'll fall together.
Yes, Tom. Goodness, that was incredible. Panel, what do you think?
Yeah, I loved it. I was definitely getting the Paul Simon, feeling that kind of exhilaration, and with the story of the song and kind of the escaping and the love aspect and the soul searching, I just thought it was really beautiful. The melody for me is absolutely spot on, and that's kind of what I go for if I'm going to play something on the radio. It's like that gut reaction to it, and I totally got that. I got completely swept away with it.
Yeah, it feels so comfortable. It feels like something you could, as you say, hear on a record. Neil, what did you think?
Yeah, I thought it was really cool how you've taken those influences. There's like a young, fresh edge to it as well. Whether that's the use of the delay, I'm not sure, but it didn't feel out of place to me. How did you get into like some of those songwriters?
I mean, majorly that kind of era is a lot of it's my mum, but John Martin particularly actually is more my dad. He put me onto him, so it's a mixture of the two. My parents. Sure.
All right, it's time to move on. Here is our next contestant.
Well, my name is Midday, and I'm a singer-songwriter. People used to describe my sound as acoustic soul, alternative soul. I just want people to enjoy my music, and I like music that makes people feel something. For me, I think the theme is quite important. Well, the song that I'll be performing is a song that I haven't performed before, and it's very different from my usual style. So in that sense, it's kind of different in that I approach playing it differently from how I used to before.
Taking it to the stage, it's Midday.
If I'm lying, then I'm lying to myself, to myself. 'Cause it's crazy what I'm feeling in my head, in my head. If I'm honest, I've been hiding from what I know we've become. And I've been pretending that when it comes to life that I'm fine alone. But when it comes to love, then I want it with you. In my eyes, see that I'm falling for you? When it comes to love, then I want it with you. In my eyes, they're only for you. So you see that I'm falling for you. Can you see that I'm falling for you?
Mide, do you want to come down here? I don't know who to come to first because I could see you all while Mide was performing, just soaking it up. But I saw, Max, that you were enjoying that moment.
Yeah, it was just like straight away. It was just like emotional, and just your voice was so fantastic. It was like you're enchanted by it, and then waiting for that dynamic explosion that you did at that moment when you hit the chorus. And it was like, there we are. You know, like that. It was just like I think we all looked around, and the panel was like, that's the moment now. That's where the song really takes shape. So for me, I love the simplicity of the song as well.
Thank you.
I think the best songs are simple, and you can just get up there and play it on your own. But one of the biggest compliments I could say is you could do it with an acoustic like that. But I was just saying to the panel, I could hear you on multiple different styles of music.
Thank you so much.
And you look comfortable. That's the most important thing. You just look like you're in the zone and just enjoying it, and that made me enjoy it even more.
Oh, that's good. Thank you.
And Roisin, if you were writing about Mide, what would you be writing?
I mean, it's the fact that, like James Bay and Ed Sheeran, like the singer-songwriters that break through are the ones that know how to use their voice to its fullest potential, and they keep it simple, and they go for universal themes that everyone can relate to. Got a gorgeous voice. It's like smoky and soulful and everything. I was thinking a bit of Jack Savaretti as well. It's just wonderful to listen to.
Thank you.
I think everyone had a really nice time there.
I feel so relaxed now.
Yeah, I feel great. We have to move on. I feel like I just want to indulge in this moment. Thank you so much, Mide.
Thank you for having. Thank you for listening as well. Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, you're very welcome.
Man, I'm now just chill. I'm chill now. It went really well. I think I was a bit nervous before going up. I wasn't sure what to expect, but I'm sort of calm now because I've just done it now and it all went well.
The adrenaline's definitely still there. I really enjoyed the performance, but yeah, I still feel it slightly in my bones.
I feel on top of the world. It was amazing. Felt really good to just let everything out and just treat the whole thing as a live performance and just engage. I loved it. Really loved it.
Got some lovely comments about the sort of applicability of the song for the radio. It's really refreshing to get such immediate focused feedback.
If the journey stops here, I've had an amazing time and hopefully it continues.
That is it from our first 4 artists in this year's Fender Undiscovered Artist of the Year. Now, it is down to you, the viewers, to decide who you want to go through to the final by voting for your favourite over at fender.com/undiscovered. Make sure you join us in our next heat to see our next 4 contestants in our search for Fender's Undiscovered Artist of the Year 2018. I will see you then.